What is NAFTA? NAFTA is short for the North American Free Trade Agreement. It covers Canada, the US, and Mexico, making it the world's largest free trade area. It was launched 20 years ago to reduce trading costs, increase business investment, and help North America to be more competitive in the global marketplace. All tariffs between the three countries were eliminated in January 2008. When did it start? NAFTA was signed by US President George Bush, Mexican President Salinas, and Canadian Prime Minister Brian Mulroney in 1992. It was ratified by the legislatures of the three countries in 1993. It was finally signed into law by President Bill Clinton on December 8, 1993, and entered force January 1, 1994. What are some of the key objectives of the NAFTA? To reduce barriers to trade, to increase cooperation for improving working conditions in North America, to create an expanded and safe market for goods and services produced in North America, to establish clear and mutual advantageous trade rules, to help develop and expand world trade.
First of all, a good thing about NAFTA is able to cancel tariff among member countries, which is give good impact on consumer. Next, let's talk about import license. US exporters start to reap the benefit from removal of most import license. The benefit is, first of all, exporters are able to ship more of their product into Mexico. The second benefit is exporting is more cost effective, since exporter will no longer deal with uncertainty and administrative burden associated with obtaining an import license. Environmental issue and health issue. In disputing regarding environmental safety, health-related or other scientific matter, panel may call upon experts for advice. Investment. NAFTA permits to investors to take host government directly into international arbitration or settlement of dispute involving monetary damage arising from violation. Anti-dumping and countervailing duty investigation. Case generally will be addressed by binational panel. The panel mandates is limited to whether decisions rendered by Mexico, US, Canada are consistent with their domestic law. Commercial dispute. NAFTA encourages and facilitates to use alternative dispute settlement, including arbitration, for commercial dispute between private parties.
NAFTA has already achieved first, agriculture sector in US. Canada and Mexico are second and third biggest export market for US. A combination of both export market is bigger than import to Japan or countries of European Union. Since 1992 to 1996, export value from US agriculture sector increased by 26%. Second, trade in Mexico. Since 1997 to 1998, US food export to Mexico increased from $881 million to $5.9 billion, the greatest level for 5 years in NAFTA. And the third point, trade in Canada. Canada is stable market by USA food business under FTA with increased food export by 10% since 1990 to 1998. US export reached a record of $7 billion to Canada. At 1998, there was an increase more than 95% since 1990.
What is NAFTA not achieved yet, or we could say as NAFTA's failure? The first point is NAFTA failed to close income gap between Mexico and US. Mexico has weak unions and competition from Asia and Central market kept wages down. In average manufacturing industry, wages in Mexico were about 15% of US wages in 1997, and by 2007 it only increased to 18%. The second failure is fight poverty. According to the Economic Commission for Latin America, poverty fell down from 48.4% in 1990 and decreased to 21.9% in 2013 for all of Latin America. However, in Mexico, the poverty level is still high, as in 1994, the poverty level was 52.4% and dropped as low as 42.7% in 2006, but increased again up to 51.3% in 2012. The third failure is to protect environment. North American Development Bank, part of the side agreement to the accord, has spent over $1.33 billion to finance border projects for drinking water, wastewater, and sewage treatment. But untreated sewage continue to flow and air quality remains low in many border communities. There were many complaints on natural resource management and environmental rules. Mexico and Canada have paid out about $350 million in damages to foreign investors, while US hasn't paid any.
NAFTA current issue. In Canada, there have been environmental issues related to tar sands tailing. Since 2010, NRDC had filed petition to CEC of NAFTA to pressure the Canadian government regarding to the destruction of ecosystems. This issue had caused habitat destruction for fish and birds. It seems that this unresolved issue is the opportunity for NAFTA to promote transparency. In America, they have to face the increasing number of illegal immigrants. Besides, they also have worried about a lot of jobs that had been outsourced to outside of America. Statistical number had shown that 60,000 of manufacturing facilities had closed down. On a global scale, Trans-Pacific Partnership or TPP had been introduced. TPP also being called as NAFTA on steroids. For these three nations, TPP offered the opportunity to upgrade NAFTA side agreement and focus more on labor and environment.
Impact of NAFTA to the international business. First, changes of the world trade structure. This happened due to NAFTA's country play a vital economic role in world trade. As a protective trade bloc, provisions of NAFTA have led to the separation of who gains and who lost and change the type of goods that can be traded. These changes of the world trade structure lead to the changes world industrial map. It can be seen through bilateral relationship between Vietnam and US, which allows Vietnam to access to NAFTA market. For example, reduction export from Thailand to US lead industrial companies relocating companies out of Thailand and go to Vietnam, which has cheaper wage labor and access to US market.
Not fair.
Depends.
It's good.
I do agree on NAFTA.
Disagree. I agree.
Because give more benefit to superpower party and exploit the weak party.
Because there have been drawbacks alongside with the benefits.
creates job opportunities for US, Mexico, and Canada citizens.
NAFTA is able to cancel tariff, so this can save consumer money in spending on products.
NAFTA has created the widespread poverty in Mexico and also loss of jobs in the United States, adding to the economic problems.
After NAFTA was launched, many jobs have been made.